Hello, beautiful students. This is Miss Allie, and this is just a quick video. This is pretty much just an optional video lesson on outlining and why we write outlines. The reason this isn't required for everybody is because some people already know how to outline and some people are really good at it. And outlining can take many different shapes and forms. It can be a mind map. It can be just writing out paragraph 1, bullet points. And it can look sometimes like a paragraph, like kind of almost like a rough draft, and then you use that as your outline. So there's many different forms, but why we write an outline is really important to the overall success of our paper. It provides a lot of structure and organization. An outline can help you see how the ideas and evidence connect. By the way, guys, I'm sorry I forgot to mention this at the beginning, but you should be taking notes on this. Make sure you have a proper heading at the top and that you are dating and taking notes on all of this information that will better serve you in the future. Excuse me. It is a small blueprint, so I was talking about the outline again. It is a small blueprint for how the evidence fits together to support your argument. Benefits of outlining. This will help you determine what information of evidence is important to you. This helps refine your thesis statement. What do you actually have evidence for? And it helps keep you focused on that writing phase. To get started, your outline will have 3 sections. So if you're someone who really struggles with outlining, I'm going to provide some different resources. I provided a resource last quarter on the back of your checklist that should help you out a lot. But if you want to get started and kind of revamp it, that's okay. Introduction, body, paragraphs, and conclusions. Those are the big paragraphs. For the introduction, you definitely want in your outline a working thesis statement. This is not your final thesis statement, but a working one. You want to set the scene. What is your conversation going to be about? Any terms do you need, what terms do you need to define? If you're talking about assimilation, maybe not everybody knows what that means. Discuss it. The body paragraph. This is the main points and the minor points. So you should have at least 3 body paragraphs in your paper, and the main points are like the big overall points that relate to your thesis statement, and then minor points are just things that relate to those main points. So main points, 1 for each paragraph. This is a topic, sentence, and phrase. Again, if you need help with that, please come talk to me. This should connect and build upon prior points as the outline of the paper progresses. You may want to first think about the larger sections and then determine the smaller sections. Those will be your paragraphs. First, write out ideas for your main points, and then second, put them in order. If you're having trouble figuring out a thesis statement or focusing, this is a good place to start. What do you actually want to talk about? What do you want to prove? Minor points. How you will convince the reader that your argument is valid or that a main point is just that, a main point. How are you supporting your thesis statement with evidence in your body paragraphs? Minor points. Primary sources, the evidence that includes quotes, statistics, facts, surveys, interviews, the stuff that we are diving into in our resources. And then secondary sources, who supports your ideas. After stating the evidence, explain the evidence. So I heard one time a professor or a teacher in high school said, for every sentence of research, you should have 2 sentences of explaining that research to me. And so that's the explaining the evidence part. How are you supporting your argument? Yeah, you put that quote in, but how does it relate to your topic? Optional but helpful, sometimes adding a last minor point under each major point ties in all the minor points into the major point. Please let me know if this isn't very clear. I know I said minor and major a whole lot, but it makes more sense if we actually write it out. The conclusion, this is the so what. Why was it important that this argument had to be made, that this paper is written? How does it fit into the bigger picture of this research life idea? And then what are the next steps? Remember, start where you can and reorganize where you need. This is all a work in progress. I appreciate you watching this video. Please turn in these notes tomorrow morning. Have a beautiful evening.